Hello. If you're new here, hi, I'm Squid. This is a game, you may have heard of it. It's called Getting Over It with Bennet Foddy. Um, and yeah, so this is a famously difficult game. I mean, I quite like difficult games, if you've seen like my Dark Souls playthrough, Assault and Sanctuary, that kind of thing. But yeah, this one is really unique. Um, While you're playing it, a guy called Bennet Foddy does a voiceover and talks about philosophy, which is really interesting. But yeah, so I like this game. I haven't played it in a while. We'll see how long it takes us to get through. I've played this game a lot in the past, though I imagine I'll be very rusty since I haven't played it in months. So let's get started, and hopefully we can get over it. So, as you can see, we start off with a pot and a shirtless man who has a hammer. Yeah, so basically, we use the hammer to, move ourselves around from inside the pot. Um, and yeah, and you can see the pot is gold. Um, you get that if you beat this game 50 times, which I have. That was a long time ago, though, and yeah, I like throwing myself against brick walls for just, you know, irrelevant achievements. Anyhow, yeah, hopefully the volume's okay, but let's get started. So yeah, we just have to get over the tree. Yeah.
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have,
Oh.
or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over
That
is
is the
harder than
worst.
starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back.
Oh,
I'll be
Bennett.
here.
Yeah, and there is also jazz in the background. That sounds a bit loud to me, but yeah.
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. And don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes.
Especially the mistakes. So yeah.
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect
Let me
embodiment
speak.
of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery. And the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything.
Yeah, so this is it's a really interesting game. Yeah, the guy Bennet Foddy talks about some interesting philosophy. This is of course just the intro and explaining what this game is, but yeah, it's also really funny how just he tells you if you've had a bad day, what you're about to go through is not going to help. Like, it's good. Also, cup. Goodbye, cup.
Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. you can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real.
Yeah.
The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
Oh, yeah, good game's getting a bit laggy. Sorry about
When you're
that.
building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
Sorry, I'm
For
having
years
trouble
now, people have been
focusing on what he's saying while I'm trying to climb this mountain as a man with a hammer.
predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
Yeah.
Over
That's very-
time, we've put
That's very true, yeah. Lots of things on the internet are just, are recycled at this point. Been used again and again and again. Whether it be, like, music or a video concept, like the 100 Days Minecraft thing. You've all seen 20 videos of that by now, but just things like that. And also, like, it's all up to interpretation, it is philosophy after all. But yeah, I love this game so much. It's like a few of my favorite things, philosophy, jazz, and a difficult game. It's interesting, Anyhow, I'll let Bennet Foddy continue.
more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy.
Sorry, I can't help it. The B, you just hear the B movie and you have to say that. I watched the B movie not too long ago with a few friends. It was a good time, but it's just a weird movie, isn't it? Sorry if I repeatedly interrupt Bennett with my own comments. Oh, he was done there. Okay.
Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted. There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, Scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled.
Well, very true.
Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight. In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
Oh no, lag. Oh. Ah. Okay, we're fine. We're fine.
When games were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly, a quick fix for the fickle, some tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you, you're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat.
Could I, though? But, yeah, just like how short everyone's attention span is now. We want more fast-paced games that just are constantly involving it. And same thing with, like, you know, content on YouTube or as streaming websites. You want more fast-paced stuff, and like my channel especially is very like slow paced, just something you have on in the background. Like I do pretty low effort editing, just cutting out like some bits that, you know, aren't terribly exciting, but yeah, you know what I mean. Okay. Oh, also, our... don't know how that worked, but our character's name is Diogenes. So Diogenes is an ancient Greek philosopher, I think, who just, I believe, lived in a pot, or just in the wild. You know, just always like covered in muck and everything, doing unspeakable public things. But yeah, there's some like moral to the story somewhere, just like how, you know, he didn't care about anything. But, you know, philosophy aside. Yeah.
Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch.
What?
While some dude with 10 million views does it for you, like a baby bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too.
It sure is some kind of culture.
But on the off chance that you're playing this, what I'm saying is, trash is disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far. Feeling frustrated? It's underrated. An orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice.
We're back at the start. Depending on how lazy I am, I might just cut to when we get back, but we'll see if I have any interesting commentary or if Bennet does too. But yeah, that's the nature of this game. You'll get sent back to the very start. Over.
Oh, you just
over
lost
again.
a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
Sure is, Bennet. And the calm jazz music just continues to play in the background. Okay, in my defense...
Oh, it happened again. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you.
Thanks, Bennet. In my defense, when my computer lags, my mouse just like jets off somewhere. And, you know, that doesn't really help when you're playing a game that's designed to be played with the mouse. I've heard you can play this with controller as well, but that would be hell. I mean, more than this is already. Hey, I'm going there already. It's fine. You can do a skip from here, but yeah, to get up to there.
This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but
I don't know how to do it.
the staying down. Mary Pickford.
That is a good quote. Yeah. Games like this really like drive that home. You know, it's not failing if you die to boss or gets stuck somewhere, but it is if you just quit. And some sort of ungodly music is now playing.
Get nasty over there, boy. Going down the road feeling bad.
Okay. I feel like this is gonna get me copyrighted, so I'm just gonna turn that off for now. Sorry about that if you were enjoying that. I'm sure it would have been fantastic. I just don't want to get YouTube angry at me. I have been kind of, testing the reins and seeing what I can get away with on YouTube. But, baby steps, baby steps. We can fall down just there, but yeah, this is the orange. Very infamous. Okay, music's done. Yeah, this jump is hard. Bye-bye, orange. Okay, this is pretty sketchy. Okay. Stop lagging. Dude. Please. Okay. That's the first two, I think. Yeah, see how he just immediately shot up there? That was an example of just my computer hating me. I'm not just randomly jerking my mouse around, I promise. And I'm just making excuses for myself for being bad at the game. Yeah. Right up against the rock. Yeah. Just gotta slowly drag ourselves up. This is the strategy I've learned. Okay. Okay. Yes. This is good. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, we're at the church now. And the, oh. Okay, we're fine. And the weird thumbs up thing. Oh. And jump scare incoming. Yeah, that. Oh.
The soul would have no rainbow had the eyes no tears.
Shut up.
John Vance Cheney.
Okay, that could have been worse. Bennet Foddy jump scare. My favorite kind. And the music disappears along with Bennet. Okay, normally you just fall all the way down there, but we didn't, which is very lucky. You might hear though.
The pain I feel now is the happiness I had before. That's the deal. C.S. Lewis.
Yeah. That is the deal. It could be worse. We could be all the way back at the start.
I feel within me a peace above all earthly dignities, a still and quiet conscience. William Shakespeare.
Oh. Okay. This is fine. No.
You cannot now believe that you will ever feel better. But this is not true. You're sure to be happy again, and knowing this, truly believing it, will make you less miserable now. Abraham Lincoln.
That's also a good quote. Okay, seriously, in my defense, you saw how the cursor just shot up? That was not me, that was my... Oh. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not too mad about it. Although about that quote, you know, it is a good thing, but you know, just believing that it will be, you know, get better. But I always just like to test just blindly believing in something without, you know, like, why will it get better? How do you know? But it usually does get better. It's okay. Okay. Please. Thank you. Why is the pot gotta lean? Okay. Alright. Cannot. Okay. I'm running out of mouse pad. Ah! I ran out of space to move my mouse. Oh, please, 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 please. Calm down. Okay, we're fine. This is fine. Alright, I do love some good blues, but I'm sorry. I don't want to get copyrighted. Okay. Try this again. Hopefully we can get up. If not, there's always next time, right? Yeah. Okay. This rock right here, has been the bane of our existence. For that reason, you just slide off it. It's hard to get up. You have to slide yourself up so you have more grip. Then rotate around, but you end up pushing yourself off. Like that. Okay, back here. I should not have greeted it. Okay, it worked out. It worked out.
Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. Mary Fry.
Hmm. Yeah, it's very like, oh, what's the word? Surreal. Just like failing at something over and over again, and then having someone quote famous people at you. I don't mind it, but it's just a very unique feeling, isn't it?
To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. Friedrich Nietzsche.
That's we're back here. Oh. Yeah. That's one way of thinking about it, you know. Living is just surviving and or you know, surviving is just finding the bare minimum you need, like food, water, and rest. But to live is, you know, find meaning in it. think about things like, philosophy, find if there's some meaning. If you're religious, or if not, I'm a strongly atheist myself, but, you know, it's just interesting to think about, isn't it?
Life is a mosaic of pleasure and pain. Grief is an interval between two moments of joy. Peace is the interlude between two wars. You have no rose without a thorn. The diligent picker will avoid the pricks and gather the flower. Satya Sai Baba.
Hmm. Okay, back at the thingy, um, and I've also turned on the graphics again just to see if that helps. But yeah, we made it up. Hopefully we don't fall all the way back down again. So... Don't do that. Don't do that. Anything but that. Okay, we're at the thumb. This is where the jump scare was, and where we fell down. Normally this bit isn't too tricky, but, we think otherwise apparently. Anyhow, back up here.
It feels like we're closer now. Composer and climber, designer and user. You could have refused, but you didn't. There was something in you that was hidden, that chose to continue.
Content. No. Oh, this jump is the worst. Please. No. Yeah. Yeah, the dialogue is noticeably more sparse now. Please, no. Can't get a grip on it. Please. Yes. Hat. Hat. Goodbye, hat. Okay. Anvil. Hello, Anvil. Oh. Okay. Never mind. Fortunately, that if we miss it, isn't too punishing, opposed to some other jumps that shall not be named. There we go.
It means a lot to me that you've come this far, endured this much. Every wisecrack, every insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a kingly gift that you've given me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure, Bennett. Yeah. Now we're going over the massive snowballs, which is always very nerve-wracking. Oh, the next area is going to be so not good with the lag. Anyhow, this is the bucket, and
We have
do
the
not
same
ride the
taste,
snake.
you and I. It's not ambition. It's ambition's opposite. An obdurate mission to taste defeat. You'll feel bad if you win, so I put this snake in for you.
Thanks, Bennett. I mean, it does say do not ride the snake, so I'm not going to ride the snake. Okay, so the bucket. This is famously just a challenging bit, especially if we just outright miss it. Yeah, it's going to be just hell with lag. No, you have to launch yourself off the bucket while the bucket is swinging. It's horrible on a good day. Okay, good setup. Okay, that's good. Please. Please. Yes. Okay. So this is a snow wall. The wall has some like grips in it that you can grab that are ingrained into my muscle memory by now. But
Have you thought about who you are in this? Are you the man in the pot, Diogenes? Are you his hand? Are you the top of his hammer? I think not. Where your hand moves, the hammer may not follow, nor the man, nor the man's hand. In this you're his will, his intent, the embodied resolve in his uphill ascent.
very interesting food for thought here. Yeah, like, what are you in this? I mean, I do think he's right. His will. You're what's moving Diogenes. His intent, but what you mean to do might not actually, be what you do. But yeah, I'm trying to be deep here, but failing miserably. Please. Okay. 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 Shopping cart. Hello. Yeah, I do the style of it. Just a bunch of random things all mashed together.
Now, you've conquered the ice cliff, the platforms, the church, and the rectory, the living room and the factory, the playground, the construction site, the granite rocks, and the lakeside. You've learned to hike. There's no way left to go but up, and in a moment I'll shut up. But let me say, I'm glad you came.
I'm glad to be here, Bennett, but now's not the time. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. That was very sketchy. I did not want to have to do the bucket again, but yeah. It is one of the last bits. The radio tower, or whatever this is called. There we go. We're off. Diogenes has gone into space. It's lovely, isn't it?
I dedicate this game to you, the one who came this far. I give it to you with all my love.
Thank you, Bennett. It's a wonderful gift. Yeah, so you just have to like move around on these. Up, onwards. Into the stars. Getting over it. With benefit. Oh, I didn't mean to skip the credits, okay. Going to the top of the mountain if you're alone. Yeah. I swear I can't. Yeah, I can't. But yeah, this leads into like a chat room, I think it is. But yeah, that took 42 minutes, 43 seconds. That's our 71st win. And yeah, that was Getting Over It with Bennet Foddy. I hope you enjoyed. I very much did. But yeah, and I hope you enjoyed, just sort of this style of video where we more or it's less focused on gameplay and more like just talking about philosophy in this one. But yeah, I mean, I do very much like talking about that kind of thing, philosophy, all that jazz. But I mean, jazz as well. But yeah, just interesting to talk about. So if you like this, be sure to let me know. But I'm just rambling at this point. If you enjoyed, you can always, subscribe or comment if you want. No pressure. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one, I guess. Goodbye. Yeah, goodbye.